Hey everybody, it's Stacie Duffy, your Denver Metro real estate resource, and today I wanted to answer the question of what to ask your agent when you're interviewing them to sell your house, because you should be interviewing agents. Like I always say, you're going to hire someone to do a job for you. You want to make sure you talk to more than one person. But let's talk about some of those interview questions. So as an agent, here are some things that I would recommend that you ask the agent you're considering hiring. First thing is availability. So how many clients do they have? What kind of time do they have? Are they most available via text, phone, email, whatever, certain hours of the day, certain days of the week, etc. You want to make sure that your agent has time for you. So whatever their availability is, make sure that it fits with what you expect. And guys, don't expect us to be available 24/7. I mean, come on. At 11 o'clock at night on a Friday, do you really want your boss calling you and asking you to do work? Probably not. We have lives, we have expectations. A lot of us set boundaries for ourselves, and we set our own hours and our own days off. And because we work Friday, Saturday, Sunday a lot of the time, sometimes we take a Tuesday off or a Thursday off. So try to keep that in mind. But anyway, make sure their availability works with what your expectations are. Second thing is data. Ask them for some data. So being an engineer, I'm a big fan of data. And I think that is something that is probably severely lacking in this industry. Not that it isn't available, but a lot of realtors don't take advantage of what's out there. So ask your agent, first of all, about what data they use to help you sell your home. So whether it is, obviously comps and adjusting for values for, different improvements for different comparable properties. How do they use data to support your appraisal value? And talk to the appraiser and make sure they give them appropriate data to help them get to value and that your house appraises. Also, for setting the price for your home, what kind of showings or traffic do they expect? So a lot of us have access to reports where we can pull what the showing statistics are for certain price ranges, because we don't want to price your house in a range that doesn't get nearly as much traffic as maybe something $3,000 or $4,000 below, because chances are if 5 times as many people look at it, it may get up to that price that you want anyway. So a lot of things like that, but also ask them about data for themselves. So, and what their statistics are as an agent. So what is their average days on market for their listings? What is their sale to list price ratio? Do the homes that they list sell for 105% of list, or do they sell for 90% of what they list them for? And obviously, if someone prices their home too high or too low, that'll throw that off. And also your market conditions a little bit, but just ask them. I think it'll give you a good understanding of what kind of data they use in their day-to-day business. Third thing is, what am I getting for the money? Because that's always the question, and don't worry, we'll get to that. I'm on my way there, all right? But you're going to be paying an agent a decent amount of money. What are you getting for what you're paying them? So ask them about their service package. What services do they provide? Do they provide cleaning services, staging consultations? Do they, use professional photography? Ask for examples of that professional photography. Is it, that way it's not just, oh, it's professional because I paid my friend $20 on Saturday to go take them. Yeah, I guess that's professional, but ask for examples of their marketing materials and or even references of past clients and make sure that they're happy with that. But make sure you understand what you're getting for the money. Last thing is about the, sorry, I made my notes so I didn't get off track here. Last thing is about, of course, what do they charge? Because that's everyone's first question is, well, what is it going to cost me? Yes, that's important. There's no standard rate or commission. There is I would say a customary amount that most agents charge to cover their expenses. But keep in mind, and a lot of times that's negotiable. So it depends on the agent. Some agents choose not to negotiate, and it's their business. They can run it how they want. Just like Walmart doesn't negotiate on their prices, but sometimes other stores do. So it's their call. But keep in mind, if you ask them, oh, well, I talked to agent so-and-so, and they said they do for 3% less, and that agent that you're asking just rolls over and says, yeah, I'll do it for that. Guys, if they can't negotiate for themselves, considering that we do this for a living, negotiating is a big part of our job. So if they can't negotiate their own paycheck appropriately to benefit themselves, how well do you think they're going to be able to negotiate for you? Really? You think if they can't fight for themselves and their paycheck that they're going to fight for your extra $150, $250, $3,000, $4,000? So keep that in mind and what their negotiation skills are. Obviously, nobody wants to pay more than they have to, but you also don't want someone that's just going to roll over really fast when, the opposing party, whether it's your buyer or whatever, decides that they want more stuff. So something to consider. Make sure, and also remember, you get what you pay for in this business a lot of the time. So significantly discounted usually means significantly discounted services. Not always, but a lot of times. And you are selling the largest financial asset that you probably own, unless you own a business or, commercial buildings or something like that. But guys, this is not the $50 coffee maker or espresso maker you're selling on Craigslist that someone's negotiating for you. This is your house. It's the roof over your head. It's the $2, $3, up to, $700,000 asset that you have. A lot of times it's worth the money to make sure you have someone that's going to represent you appropriately in that process and represent your interests. So anyway, I'm sure I'll think of more things later on, and I'll probably do some follow-up videos. If I do, I'll put the links down below at some point if I shoot some other videos on seller agent questions or interview questions. But if you have any questions about the video or anything else, feel free to comment down below. You can also contact me directly. My contact information is on my website, and the link for that is down below as well. So yeah, thanks so much for the time, and happy selling. Bye-bye.